Hi Unity folks, this is Tim Grotman with SceneExplorer. Okay, so this is a package that lets you remotely activate and manipulate things on a remote scene. And here I've got it open in Unity 3. Basically open window, open SceneExplorer, and you get it here. Now I've just saved it into my layout because I like having quick layouts that I can switch between. Alright, now this comes with a scene, example scenes, and I'm just going to switch to scene 1, and then you go here into the client, and you make sure that you put the host IP of your target device. Now, how do you get that? Well, I usually open a command prompt, and I'll just type ipconfig and grab the IP address, and once you have that, your target device is going to use that to communicate back to itself. Now, I'm going to use this instance here as a client, so really I'm not going to use this panel because I want to show you it working in Unity 4.2 actually. Alright, so with this example scene, it's got the client, and when I hit play, it's going to connect to that client. Okay, so we're running this. Also, something to keep in mind is in your player settings on the player tab, on the tab for Windows, Mac, whatever, under resolution and presentation, make sure you have run and background checked. Otherwise, if I ever switch to another window, as soon as I switch, it's just going to turn it off. And then you'll see the client disappear and you'll wonder what's going on. So check that on both the host and the client so that you can maintain an active connection. And I'm going to stick this to the side here so that we have our client connecting. And now here we go. We're in Unity 4. And same deal. I have a scene already set up. Okay. And let's close that. Go to Window, open SceneExplorer, and dock it. Alright, so some recent changes here are I removed the client tab because that wasn't even used. So now it's just host, and we're going to create host, and we're running on port 80. And when you're hosting, you have to keep in mind your network architecture. Make sure nothing's blocking port 80 already, like Apache, IIS, your virus checker, your firewall, all that. You got to make sure you have a direct line of communication between your client and your host. So once you figure all that out, I've created a host in Unity 4.2, and I see the host come down here. It appears. Now, this UI is kind of temporary here. You got to make sure that this is tall enough that you can see your client's connections down here. Okay, so you click on one of the connected clients, and I can request the scene. And here it returns the scene hierarchy, and I can select an item in the hierarchy. It goes and it fetches the components on that object. So a sphere has let's say a mesh renderer. I can click on the mesh renderer, and then it gives me all the fields on that mesh renderer, and I can activate or inactivate scripts or toggle them here at the game object level, at the component level, and at the field level. You can make changes. And I'll have more videos about this, but I just wanted to show you that you can, it's working in Unity 4.2. Here, I'll dock this other scene so we can see changes. There we go. All right, so this is my remote scene. It's running on the same computer, but essentially it's remote. It's the same no matter what target device you're using, whether you're on iOS, Mac, the iPad, or Ouya. Okay, so it's connected, and now I can disable the mesh render, and you see it instantly disappears and reappears. And that's just deactivating the mesh render. There's other ways to make it appear, disappear. You can just deactivate the game object, and it disappears that way. You can, I guess just the mesh render in this case. We can move it around. So if I go onto the transform of the sphere, and if I moved it to like 10, you can see it moved there. I typed in 1 and then 0, so it moved it to 1 and then back over to 10. I can move to 15, 13, whatever. Anyways, this lets you manipulate the transform. on the components. Anyways, this is what I want to show you. There's more videos to come. I have planned features for a lot of people have huge, massive scenes, and I need to add support for a scene that can be huge. Right now, the test scene only has like 100 game objects, and you guys want to see more, and so it needs pagination. Another thing is, like, if I click on this field and drag, that's going to send like probably a copy of the scene like 42 times because of all those incremental values. And so I need to optimize that to just send deltas rather than full scenes copies, as on each value when it's changed. So those are the kind of changes that are coming. And of course, better documentation, better layout. So you can look forward to that. And thanks for watching.